So this person says they found a bunch of bills from the 1800s. So let me show you the video really quick.
I have to show y'all what I just found. Tell me why I found a stack of money literally from the 1800s.
First of all, really quick, I'll tell you right now, these people on TikTok, they make these videos so they can go viral. I could literally do the same thing right now. Go on eBay, buy a bunch of these notes and say that I found them and act like I have no idea. But let's keep playing the video.
This money is so old, most of them say Confederate States of America. Okay, this gotta be worth something. Some of this money has slaves on it. Wow, this is from 1839. That's crazy.
So she's right. These bills are from the Confederacy era, and during the time you have to remember that there was a war going on. It was a pretty stressful environment when they were producing these bills, so a lot of them are in pretty poor condition, and remember they're all hand cut because they didn't have paper cutting machines back then, especially during the war like this. She's right, they are worth something, as long as they're genuine, which looking at this video, they do indeed look like genuine bills. Really important. Most of the time it's easy to tell if you have a fake bill from the 1800s because a lot of the time they'll simply say fake or facsimile somewhere on the bill.
Wow, this is from 1839. That's crazy.
So this is a common misconception. That bill is actually from 1859. A lot of the time, it's hard to tell the writing on these notes, but I've done it professionally for years now, and I can read a lot of the hard to read words or numbers on these old bills. But essentially, here's an example right here that's sold online. This one was graded by PCGS a very fine 30. Remember, the highest grade we can get in grading is 70, so this one's quite a bit away from there. Now, if this note was to grade very highly in the uncirculated grade, which is hard to come across, it would bring a lot more money, but this note sold for $168. So off the bat, this person has a good amount of money. Now let's look at the first note that she picked up.
Tell me why I found a stack of money literally from the 1800s.
This one's an 1861 Central Bank of Alabama note. Now this example that I'm showing on the screen is in much better condition, graded at an extremely fine 45. And as long as the bill is genuine, this bill sold for $312. So nice find there. Now really quick, look at this $2 bill on the screen that she has.
This money is so old, most of them say Confederate.
Now, generally, the $2 bill denomination is a more valuable denomination when it comes to Confederate currency. This one I'm showing on the screen right now is in really beat up condition and it sold for $40. And you can see that this note is from 1862. Now, it's important to know that there is an error on these notes as well. This one says 1861. If your $2 Confederate note says 1861, they never produced them in 1861. It's worth a lot of money because this example right here sold for $2,530. And lastly, I have to tell you about a green overprint $2 bill. This example sold for $12,075. So they did have varieties back then. They typically added these overprints to the bills to reduce counterfeiters from counterfeiting them. This was considered to be a security measure during the Confederate times.
States of America.
You can see this $5 bill here too, not going to spend a ton of time. The $5 bills, not worth a ton of money. An interesting fact is, after the Confederate War, this money was deemed useless. And what you've noticed in a lot of homes back in the day is they would actually use Confederate money for wallpaper. That's literally how useless it was. The only reason there's value today is from a collector's standpoint. So this bill right here you see sold for $25. Now, if it's in good condition, you can see this one's uncirculated. It has a very nice vibrant red color to it, which is not typical. You can see that it's hand cut. You can start to see another bill at the top. Now, with these old Confederate bills, this is not considered to be an error because remember, they're all hand cut. And this is actually a common thing for Confederate bills. But even in the uncirculated condition with this $5 Confederate note from 1864, it sold for $159, so not a ton of value. Really quick, she points out that she has a $10 bill as well.
Okay, this gotta be worth something.
The 10 and the 5 are relatively similar when it comes to value. You can see this example I have on the screen sold for $38. Now this example right here sold for $350. That's because it was uncirculated grade condition. That means there's no folds on the bill. You can see also the color's a bit different. You'll notice these bills will either come in a white, a brown, tan color, or a pink color a lot of the time. Sometimes blue, but that's pretty rare. But this one sold for $350. Now there are some varieties in there where the backs will either be blank or they'll have a design like this one. This design back is generally worth more money, but I'll save that for a different video. So overall, yes, she's got some good value here in these 1800s bills. Now the best way to go about selling something like this would be eBay. So you'd go ahead and create an account, list them online with nice photos, and make sure that they're shipped properly. YouTube has a complex algorithm that knows exactly what video you want to watch next, and that video is on the screen. So go ahead and click on that video and I'll see you inside.